Hello everyone, Silent K here, and in this video we'll be looking at all the real world locations from Season 2, Episode 12 of Yuru Camp. So this episode starts with another flashback to Hamamatsu, which we've already covered in Season 1 and in Season 2, so we'll skip that. And next we join the girls in Dougashima Park, which oddly enough has no relation to Niku Niku Doga or Shimarin. But the first shot is right over here, the Nishiizu dining hall. So we have a shot outside, lettering on the front, vending machine on the side, parking area. We can see this fence in the foreground. Then we also have some 360 photos inside. So we can see these tables here that Toba Sensei and the girls are sitting at, looking out at the water. Can't quite make out the scenery, a little too bright today. Alright, and then we have a view of this park here, a wide shot taken right along this wall here. And as usual, the 360 photo with the best angle is not the best quality. Alright, very blurry. But we got this tree here, the pier with the blue awning over it, islands in the distance, and we got some hiking trails going back over here. Alright, and then we're on to the Tensodo, which is the Skylight Cave. But first we're going to take a look at this, the chain of islands from the top. Alright, so we can see the fence leading down to the chain of islands. City in the distance. We also have a shot of Nadeshiko standing in front of this little pavilion here. And there's a really nice drone shot over here, so we can see it from another angle. So we can see the fence over here, and the islands this way. Beautiful. Dougashima Park, the Nishiizu dining hall. And that's where we're heading next, the tonboro. Gorgeous. Alright, onto the Tensodo, which I cannot see from here. Alright, right around here is the first shot from this side. We can see this little pavilion back here with the girls near it. A big hole in the ground. And then we also have a 360 photo from a boat inside the cave, somewhere over here. There we go. A little bit shiny, but there you go. Alright, and then we are on to the Sanshirojima, or the tonboro. And first we have a few drone shots, because you know how much I love drone shots. Alright, so we have a nice wide shot of it from this direction. Beautiful. And then we have another drone shot for the other side. Alright, so we have another wide shot from this side with the hotel in the background. The Seiryu Onsen that we saw last episode is over there. Lovely. And then once again, everything over here is 360 photoed. So we can actually take a little sanpo all the way across the tomboro. The first shot we have is this blue building behind the girl sitting on one of these benches here. And then we can just take a little stroll. Alright, so the show has a ton of shots from this angle. As said, the bridge only shows up at the lowest point in the tide, and then a couple hours later, the tide comes back in, washes it over. Konnichiwa, ladies! Are you here to cross the tomboro too? Would you care to join me? No? Alright, well, enjoy your day then. It's interesting how it looks like one big island that's been like cleft in half right down the middle, but that is actually the first island on the left, second island on the right. And then when we get around here, we look back and we can see the hotel again. And then the girls get to the furthest point, which is right around here. Lovely. And we got this little piece of island sticking off on the left. Alright, and next we're about to embark on our trip to the Daruma Forest Campsite. But first we need some food. So we're stopping here at the Aoyagi food store, and we actually saw a shot from earlier, from a previous episode right here, which we can see it is the Aoki food store in reality. And the shot is right over here. Big old name up front and the curved glass behind it. Blue and white front. And then we have a shot of a food stall right over here. It's supposedly on the corner of the building. You can see the blue and white across the top, and in the distance you can see the red, blue, and green squares on the further building. Alright, and then we have a bunch of on-the-road shots. The first one is way up here, right along this river. There's a shot right here. So we can see the sign here, the beige building off to the right. It looks like they rearranged the mountains just slightly, like moved them to the right a little bit. And next we have a little S-bend in the woods, which might be difficult to find. Oh, here we go. Right here. Alright, so we got this sign here, brown railing in the middle, arrows going around the corner. And then we should have a restaurant like right around the corner. Right here. There we go. So we can see the steepled roof on the restaurant here. We got a gutter on the right, as she's heading up this way. Alright, and the next shot is either fictional or inserted from somewhere else, because the shot after that is right here. So it could only exist on this small stretch of road, and nothing along here looks anything like that. It has inclines on the right, and all of this road has inclines on the left. It also has telephone poles on it. No telephone poles anywhere on this stretch of road. So they probably inserted it from somewhere, but I have no idea. And the next shot after that is this one. Right around here somewhere. We can see the city in the distance, right along the water. Can't get the exact shot since it's from like a higher elevation, but something like that. And then right after that is one taken along here. So you can see the street curving off to the right with the concrete barrier and fence. The lines on the road are a little bit out of date in this street view, but the satellite photo has them up to date. And then from there, we have a familiar shot way down on this, the Nishiizu Skyline, which I probably went right past. Or is it right here? It's right here. Konnichiwa, sir. Good to see you again. So yeah, this is the parking area that we saw in episode 1. Mount Fuji is supposed to be over there. And these are the stairs that lead up to the peak of Mount Daruma, which we're not going to visit right this second. And we'll be continuing on to the Daruma Forest Campsite, which should be right around here somewhere. First we'll stop at this roadside station. And the first shot is of this sign, darumayama rest house. And then we have a really nice panorama shot from over here, looking out at Mount Fuji. There are a lot of 360 photos here, but one was particularly good. So we got this rock over here, picnic tables, Mount Fuji in the background, pretty clear. We have this telescope here in this building. Lovely. And then we are on to the campsite, which is right down the road. We have a shot here of the sign. And unfortunately this is as far as we can go. We got the reception building here. And we can see a little bit of the detail from the satellite photos. We have the walking paths right here. And down in the campsites, we can see the shapes of the parking areas. And then from there, we have some shots of Cape Mihama again. But we already did that in episode 1. And not only that, but one of the 360 photos I showed in that episode was from the exact same location. So no real reason to go back there. And then we are back to the peak of Mount Daruma to watch the sunrise. So once again we have a shot of this parking spot at night, the trail going up to the peak. Then we have a 360 photo, like right in the middle. Not the drone shot, we'll check that out later. There we go. We have a shot looking forward. And there's another shot looking back. We can see Mount Fuji. Very lovely. And then we have a little rest stop at the peak with a 360 photo. Alright, so we can see these signs here. Little white marker in the middle. The path coming up here. This is toward the east where the sun would rise. And then back here, we have the west with Cape Mihama and the city. And then for the panorama shots, we have a really nice drone photo because of course we do. Alright, so there's the parking spot with the trail leading up to the peak. Little rest area at the top. Looking out this way toward Cape Mihama. Mount Fuji would be off in this distance. Oh, we can see it right there, straight ahead. Just barely visible. Lovely. And then this direction would be where the sun would rise. Absolutely gorgeous. Resolution could be a little bit higher, but not really anything to complain about. Alright, and the last thing from episode 12 were a couple shots of Toba Sensei's sister at a campsite that looks suspiciously like Fumoto Powder Campgrounds. So I checked it out, and that's exactly where she was. Now we did check out Fumoto Powder Campgrounds in Season 1 of course, but I thought it would be a good time to check back in on it, because in a few days the second Laid Back Camp virtual game is coming out, which takes place in Fumoto Powder Campgrounds. So this will segue into that video very nicely. Alright, I think that's a shot. Beautiful. I picked this one because it looks exactly like the screenshot. All the little tiny details are in there, line for line. And then looking off to the right, you can see the trees leading into the sloping mountain in the foreground. Beautiful. Alright, well that covers episode 12. The next video will be Laid Back Camp Virtual Fumoto Campsite, which should be out on the 7th. And then after that, episode 13, and that'll be a wrap for the series. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please tune in again next time.